Welcome to Advanced Vedic Mathematics course, Phase 2, Purushottam Yoga, Geeta, Chapter 15. Today, in this lesson 55, our focus is to remain upon Shaloka 4. The text of Shaloka 4 will lead us to TC value 436, that means the transcendental component, transcendental content units will be available 436, and 436 equal to 222 minus 4 and minus 8 and 222. This attainment up till this means having a 8-directional frame at the top and 8-directional frame at the bottom, and the space in between is going to be a transcendental cavity space of a solid dimensional order. This is 3 space superimposed upon 5 space. This 8 is equal to Ras, essence. It is equal to Apa, water. Same is also equal to Akash. And still further, it is the TC value of Ek. See, it is only 1 unit. These features as such will help us appreciate as that the Shaloka 1 had led us to a 8-directional frame at the top, and then there was a creator's space, and within creator's space there had been a transcendental cavity within the creative dimensional boundary, and the spatial order creative dimensional frame superimposed upon the solid dimensional order. These were the features of the attainment, and now up till 4 we are going to have, in addition to the 8-directional frame at the top, a 8-directional frame at the bottom, and in between is the transcendental cavity, and this transcendental cavity is having superimposition of a dimensional frame. It is this attainment for which we have to have a sequential chase of Shaloka 1, Shaloka 2, Shaloka 3 and Shaloka 4. See here, this text is having 9 words. Here as well there are 9 words. Here are 11 words, and here are the 15 words. Let us see these numbers sthapatya. These numbers 9, 9, 11 and 15. 9 we know is equal to G49, 9 versions of hypercube 4. Again 9 versions of hypercube 4. Here are 11 versions of hypercube 5, and it is parallel with the dimensional frame, solid dimensional frame of 5 space. Therefore, we are having a creator's space first phase, the creator's space is second phase, then we are having a geometry's range of 5 space followed by the dimensional frame of a 5 space. See the attainment. Visit this attainment of 4 quarters. This visit of 4 quarters will take us to a happening. We are having a creator's space. It is a spatial order space. Spatial order has 2 phases, first phase and second phase. When these 2 phases separate, then in between is the 3 space. This phenomenon, spatial order, creates a creator's 4 space. This spatial order creates a creator's space. Solid order itself creates a transcendental space. So the creator's space, 4 space, leading to 9 geometries. At middle, we are having 5 space. It is of 11 geometries. And then again we are having a creator's space G49, and we had seen how in this progression there also happening a phenomenon as much as that the spatial order, quadruple spatial order, had a superimposition of the solid order, and because of which we had a superimposition of a solid order. It is this superimposition of a solid order which has transited and transformed and made 5 space, which is within a creative boundary of a 10 components, and same having 11 versions, but it itself is of a solid order. It is this phenomenon, it is this reach to which we are progressing. We are having a start with the creator's space, and this creator's space, because of solid boundary of 8 components, has led us to a inflow for the transcendental content from the orb of the sun through 7 streams as transcendental content entering 4 space through its eastern window, Pur 21, parallel with Sthapatya miring rod 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 of a 6 space domain, and here a transcendental origin which is enveloped by a creative boundary of a 10 components, and it is this creative boundary of 10 components fulfilled with the transcendental content, making it 210 units, and the spatial order itself with superimposition of the solid order requiring 81 units. These 81 units, 3 raised to the power 4, are which are taking us to the creative space, spatial order, dimensional frame having this transition and transformation. And now see, this transition is for both the faces. For the first face, there is going to be a transformation. For the second phase, there is going to be transformation, and at the middle as well, we are having an attainment. It is this phenomenon which deserves to be seen, that this phase had a transformation 3 raised to power 4. Again, here as well, we will be having similar transformation, and here a 5 space will be leading us to the solid dimensional space. And we know that 3 space has a dimension, another 3 space has a dimension, and the synthesis value is 5. This will take us to the setup of a cube, a 3 space body in whose corner points are embedded 3-dimensional frames of half units. It is this phenomenon of half units which leads us to as that the other half units are unmatched form. A 3-dimensional frame is having a split as a pair of 3-dimensional frames of half dimensions. It is this split up of a 3-dimensional frame into a pair of 3-dimensional frames of half dimensions, and there will be a release of a 4 space at the middle. It is this happening, it is this phenomenon which deserves to be comprehended well. One shall sit comfortably and have a revisit to this phenomenon. This phenomenon, as it is, will take us to that for a line, we can have a pair of orientations. For a plane, we can have a pair of faces. For a 3-dimensional frame, we can have a pair of spirals of opposite orientations. For the 4 space, we can have a setup of this type of organization, which when is changed as quadruple, then it will help us appreciate how it is happening, what is going to be the role of reversal of the orientations, which with 0, 1 will take us to 1, 0. For 3, it is going to be like this. For swastik pada, it was going to be this. For Shaw, this is going to be like this. And for a cube, 8 corner points, coordination is going to take us this. Like this, we see this reversal of orientation phenomenon is coming into play. It is this reversal of orientation phenomenon which will ultimately take us to reach that flow of 7 streams, an ultimate reach within the creator's space and the spatial dimension of the creator's space, resulting into reversal of orientation and content reaching back in the 6th space and proceeding ahead on the other directions and having a reach up till through a pole star is 7th space. This is the feature which needs to be comprehended well, which needs to be absorbed, and it is only in terms of it when we will be coming to Ekadhikain, then we'll see that the 4th letter A, Ka, A, and Dha. It is the 4th letter which is of value 7, and it is of origin placement. It is this origin placement of 7 space at 6 space which is with the reversal of orientation will take us to 6, 4, 2, 7 and then 2, 4, 6, 8, 1 onwards. It is here where the reversal is taking place. This is going to be the attainment of the fourth phase of the Purushottam Yoga, that is Shlokas 1 to Shloka 4 would mean that this attainment of the reversal stands attained. It stands embedded. It is this inherent embedding of reversal of the orientation which deserves to be comprehended well. And it is this comprehension of the reversal of orientation which once is captured, once is comprehended, once is imbibed, then we'll see that fourth Ganita Sutra will take us to Pravarte Yojit. That means we have to reverse and then we have to unite. This is that starting with Sutra 1, reaching up till Sutra 4, there happening a reversal of orientation. And 1, 2, and 3 is a unique triple which are non-composite, and fourth is the first number which is the composite, and fourth is the number which has organization whereby there is a superimposition of addition and multiplication operations as well as of the pair of orientations. It is this feature which will further take us to as to how 2 raised to power 4 is equal to 4 raised to 2 when taken in the view of dimension and a domain, and then in the context when we go to the interval with a pair of orientations, then we can appreciate as to how the number 4 as Om is soul sellable 1, how to handle the number 4 as number 1. That is how 2 is to be handled as 1 and 1 is to be handled as 2 and half will become a working unit. All these are the features which are inherently reached at while we will be through the first 4 shlokas of chapter 15 of Geeta. This Purushottam Yoga is the blessed phase and stage of existence within human frame. Thank you very much. इसलिए नहीं करता छुटकी इसके आगे काम ना करवा दे